and today I'm going to tell you about CDN and AI infrastructure for broadcasting events at a scale. So first of all, some words about who Gcore are. We are a cloud infrastructure provider based in Luxembourg, and since 2014 we have built an ecosystem of cloud projects repeatedly proven by some high-loaded projects and adapted for different industries, from AI to streaming solution. So Gcore has started its journey by building a content delivery network for gaming industry. But as nowadays everybody is going global, reducing the distance between the users and the viewers, and it's not a must only for gaming, but also for other industries like streaming, OTT providers, because the nearest is the server to your user, the better. So in theory, every 96 kilometers of distance adds 1 millisecond to your latency. So when communicating with the server on the other part of the globe, your latency can be no less than 200 or 400 milliseconds, and that's only a connection latency. If we're talking about streaming, the latency between what's going on in the live event and what the viewers see on the internet without the right CDN provider can be calculated not even in seconds, but in minutes. So we bring your content closer to your viewers. And with Gcore Content Delivery Network and our streaming solution, your viewers can see the event, the stream, as if it occurs in their location. And their location can be anywhere in the world. So you can take a brief look at the map and see that we are spread globally, and we have points of presence practically everywhere in the world. We don't have and don't use any external partners for that. All infrastructure we have is our own. So that can benefit you a lot because it's easily scalable and, of course, cost-saving. So when you might believe that when you need to choose CDN provider, you need to choose CDN based on its features. But in reality, majority of CDN providers have practically the same feature sets. So that can include supporting some modern protocols like HTTP3, IPv6, WebSockets, some basic features which every CDN should have, like purging, logs, or statistics, and all of that should be managed easily by UI or API. So to be outstanding in the world of CDN providers, you need to add something on top of that basic feature set. And in our case, it's fast edge. So imagine CDN not only caches and manages data, but also interprets it intelligently. So fast edge is our solution for low latency, and it's a serverless platform designed especially for developing responsive applications. So fast edge runs directly on our CDN, and that can benefit you in distributing your code globally and have like a practically real-time response from your users' input. So moving to cloud and streaming providers from your own hardware for streamers is a popular choice, because with that kind of providers, you don't need to hire a huge team of developers or invest in infrastructure, which still need to be deployed and maintained. Streams are a vulnerable thing, and even a brief interruption can lead you to losing your viewers who can switch to another OTT provider. So you need to have a team of engineers who will monitor and maintain your systems 24/7 to support and fix bugs. At Gcore, we do everything by ourselves. So we will monitor system, we will maintain them, and we have a support team who are available 24/7 and can assist you if something happens with your stream at night. If you still want to have your own infrastructure, you need a backup system. So in that case, you can use multi-CDN providers to manage your high peaks of traffic or to reach some locations where you lack presence, like now. So this step-by-step approach for streaming providers to move into cloud can benefit broadcasters and OTT a lot. So, speaking about streams, low latency is a major priority now. So, for a long time, traditional TV and satellite broadcasters had the lower latency than comparing to watching the same stream online. And if you are watching the sports game over the internet and your neighbors who are watching the same football match by TV see the best goal of the game faster than you over the internet, that can be really disappointing. And if we are talking about sports games, this difference between seeing the goal in 1 and 2 seconds or in 30 seconds is dramatic. So with Gcore and with CDN providers, you don't need to think about supporting that modern protocols with low latency by yourself. You can just send to us stream, and we will do all the technical stuff. So one of the protocols we can support is HSP, which can which have like practically real-time latency, and it also can be delivered using CDN. It's HTTP based, so that means the traffic using HSP is much cheaper than, for example, if you're using WebRTC, which is also a real-time latency protocol, but it's not HTTP based. So think about HSP is that it can be played only using specific players. So some regular common protocols like low latency HLS, low latency Dash are still in the game, and they can provide latency for about 4 or 5 seconds. The next thing which is important for streaming and video providers is AI services. So that can include automatic speech recognition, language translation, object detection, face masks. And at Gcore, we can provide you full spectrum of AI services. As our core business is infrastructure, first of all, we can provide you infrastructure for managing and training your own AI models. So that task requires powerful machines, as AI training and maintaining is a task that requires a lot of resources, and we can provide you with our cloud and bare metal machines with practically low latency response for all of these difficult tasks. But of course, to maintain and train your own AI models, you need to have a huge team of developers for that also. And at Gcore, we can provide you already pre-trained AI models designed especially for video. So the full list of our features you can see on the screen, but one of the most important for streaming and broadcasters is speech recognition and translation. So when you are spreading your content all over the Europe, you should provide audio or subtitles in all different local languages. And human translation can require a lot of resources and a lot of funds. With our AI service, you can translate 1-hour video practically in a couple of minutes. Of course, human translation will always be better than machine one, but machine translation can do the basic things for you, and then your editors can just improve the text which is done by machine. We have our Cloud AI clusters in Amsterdam, Luxembourg, and Newport, but we, of course, can open new locations for our customers in any data center we already have presence by our customers' request. So speaking about customer requests, this is the thing which distinguishes us from other CDN providers, and it's our flexibility. Because we always can do a lot of things for our customers by their requests. And one of the examples of our work is our partnership with Austrian sports broadcaster, fan.at. So they just want to spread their sport games not only in Austria, but in nearby European countries. And they don't want to have any kind of infrastructure for that, to have their own servers. They just want to send streams from the cameras, from the stadiums. And they use that for the whole chain. We can ingest their streams, transcode them, package them, deliver them using our CDN. And on top of that, we provide them with some features, especially for sport broadcasters, like overlay with the game score embedded in the stream, or some cutting highlights with the best moments of the game, which are automatically saved to our storage. So you provide us with your vision, and we will take care of all the technical part. So thank you, and please come to our table. It's table 18 if you want to have more talks about CDN and AI. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Damir, and I'm 53 years old. When you come to this age, you are thinking, what did I achieve in my professional life? Is it something that will bring me to the stage of the NEM and talking to Sanja? So I said, okay, Sanja, what I should do to be in that position? She said, you have to create something spectacular that you can present on the NEM. And if you bring yourself to global market, maybe next year we can sit together and talk like two CEOs. So it's up to you, probably. Either I will achieve my dreams or not. So let me tell you about the technology we created. It's a joint product from companies Domzis from Serbia and us in Croatia. It came out from frustration, let's say. We are small markets, and basically we are exploring how we can enhance sport production in this area, how we can make it closer to younger generation, and definitely what we can do to finally basically create a technology that will help younger audience and the older ones like myself, who are spending a lot of time on the mobile phones during watching the live events on the TV screens. And definitely we found that QR codes that you are familiar decades ago with them are a way how to transfer the audience from one media to another. We think that the time is right because all the phone cameras right now are unable to scan QR codes immediately without any obstacles, even for the older mobile phone users. It's really point and shoot action, and it made this action as easy as ever. What are the limitations of the static TV banners? We are familiar with its lack of interactivity, definitely. During the years, we are basically accepting these logos and these graphics as something that is part of the picture, and this created ad blindness. So the efficiency of these static banners are dropping dramatically. We invented something that make these logos more interactive, more live, because underneath of this QR code is lying one platform that engage and collect the users, giving them opportunity to collect some points, to receive some awards, receive them, give us the opportunity to award their behavior and make them learn that scanning QR codes is good for them. It makes sense. It rewards them in various ways. Also, it creates one great possibility for the advertisers to be more active and more present in other areas. This is one sample of the question that we we could ask during the game. It said what player will be the player of the match. So our technology enables us to react during live session. We can create poll or quiz or whatever you want in seconds, and we will demonstrate this later on. So we are able to unlock the personalized content during the, let's say, more general content on the big screen, and it gives more personalization, immediate access to some specialties, special offers that you can create especially for the limited time event you are broadcasting. When we implement this on a sport area, we learned that we can use QR codes wherever you like. It's something that it enables the creative agency, the clients to do lots of activities. So it opened a different space for them. Benefits for the TV viewers, as I said, they can be more active during the program. They can receive special offers if they clicked on a time-limited event. They can receive feedback from the advertisers or from us, and they can really achieve a lot of benefits. All of that gives you opportunity to create a very strong community around your program, around your content, and to work with that community not only in a short period of time, but it creates really long-tail campaigns. Our platform can work as a small agency or a small part of the production chain, and it can really live like a small media buying agency or creative agency, advertising agency itself. So it can work with other advertisers who will provide the prizes for our users. It gives you opportunity to make your program more live, more interesting, and of course to monetize more in a different way. So these are conclusions, and you can see it, but I think it's more appropriate that we demonstrate the live possibility of creation of one quiz, and we will now show you how easy it is to create a quiz. At the end of this, we will show you the QR code, which you can scan, and if you, of course, answer to these questions, you will be able to win 1 month of usage of our platform. So I think it's worth. So this is the dashboard, and we are creating now a new lottery. You see the lottery name. You give the lottery name a name. If this box is enabled, it will use the language of your company by default, so you don't have to worry about it. Then you define duration of your lottery or your event. You will see all these elements to your mobile phone application when you log in. So we can customize with these banners whatever you want. You can sell these banners to your advertisers, or you can do it some cross promotion. Of course, we did it now with NEM, and there you can put the link to the website. And now we define the questions. Questions for now, when I will start to use the answers. Okay. And then you put the answers. You can now through this do some research. You can motivate your viewers to show their knowledge in some specific area. And now we will see that you want to use this solution ASAP as soon as possible or probably immediately. You have the possibilities to define the prices. Now we will put 3 prices for 3 winners, basically 1 prize for 3 winners. And here you can see that we are adding some extra points. There are some polls or some activities that you will use with no extra award, but you give to the users extra points. So collecting the points, they can transfer their points to something, some currency of your advertiser. Is it some loyalty program or whatever? And then you write the rules. Of course, every prize-winning game or whatever has some rules you have to put, and you will see the message once you confirm your submission, and it will say that you won the prize, or unfortunately, if you are not a lucky winner, that we are very sorry, that you can try later when I finish this presentation, ask me for a meeting, and then we can arrange something. So all of this in the dashboard you create, you see really fast. Then you add the graphic element that we prepare or you prepared as a template. And now our lottery is under My Lotteries button. Let's see. And now we will start the graphic element that we prepared. We put some background video of NEM, so you are familiar with that. We created unique QR code for this lottery that you can export as PNG and put it wherever you like in the world. And now you see code. You are welcome to scan the code and apply, please. One of the biggest problems up to date is that using a QR code was not properly measured on TV because the broadcasters showed the QR code for a really short period of time. Call for action was not enough understandable, and then the viewers could not see the benefit or what we have to do, what will be the consequences of this scanning. So this is the end of my presentation. We will just wait a little bit if you scanned and applied, that we see who won. But if I'm not able to give it your answers right now, you'll have to check your mailbox, and the lucky winners will definitely be there. I have Sean Hammond. Congratulations, Sean. And I have Zoran Kezan. Hi, Zoran. Lucky you. Okay, thank you for your attention, and I hope that I see you next year, hopefully me sitting with Sanja and discussing how it was successful. Thank you very much.
Hello, good morning everybody. My name's James Ball and I'm representing Bunny.net. Bunny.net is a cloud infrastructure platform particularly focused on content delivery. I'm here to talk to you today about content delivery and content delivery networking, how it's evolved over time to deliver more value-added services to our customers. So if you haven't heard of Bunny.net, We began life as a content delivery network about 10 years ago. We currently have 123 edge locations around the world. We have a huge capacity network interconnected with the most important ISPs across the world. And we have approximately 45,000 customers today, and we power over 1 million applications on the internet. So quick show of hands. If you're using a CDN today to deliver your content, please raise your hand now. Great, nobody's using, oh, one. We have one person using CDN. If you're not using a CDN, are there any projects in your pipeline to add a CDN to your stack within the next 6 to 18 months? And then finally, raise your hand if you're set on staying with your current solution, you don't plan to implement CDN. Okay, so I'll assume everybody doesn't plan to implement CDN, and maybe I can change your point of view on this. Okay, so CDN primer. What is a CDN? So a CDN is a global network of servers aimed at distributing and delivering content in the most efficient manner. So in this example, we have an origin infrastructure based somewhere in Florida, and this customer has visitors to their application all over the world. So rather than every time a customer needs to pull content from Florida, which is likely to be relatively poor performance, the CDN distributes that content into a CDN node as close to user populations as possible. So when a visitor in Europe accesses a piece of content, they're not having to pull that content from the server in Florida. They're accessing a local copy of that content, known as a cached copy. So what are the benefits of a CDN? So number one, improving user experience. So geographic distance, the further apart the visitor and the content source is, the higher the latency, and the latency, high latency equates to poor performance. So by moving the content as close to the users as possible, we ensure that the performance remains fast. The second major benefit, it reduces costs for the content provider. If the content provider is not using CDN, they have to have huge bandwidth connectivity to serve their content. They need many, many more computers, servers to serve that content to the users. By using a CDN, you're offloading all of that onto the CDN. In effect, the CDN is playing the numbers game so that you don't have to. And finally, I'm sure we've all heard about distributed denial of service attacks in the news. If you're using a CDN, then the CDN offers you a layer of protection against these types of attacks because the attackers have to attack the CDN rather than just attacking your origin server. So if you're looking to purchase CDN, what should you be looking for? Number one, performance. It's unlikely you're going to move your content into a CDN if the performance of that CDN is poor. Number two, tightly linked to performance is local presence. Does the CDN have points of presence, server infrastructure, in the countries or in the region where you operate? And finally, does the CDN adhere to regulatory standards which your business demands? So if we take a quick view of this is Bunny's CDN network within Europe. We're in 36 edge locations in Europe. We're very well connected to all of the major ISPs within the region. And according to CDNPerf is an organization which manages and monitors the performance of all CDNs globally. For Q1 2024, within the Southeastern Europe region, we came out number one. So what are the Bunny.net advantages? Everything I've really spoken to so far is what a traditional CDN provides. But because content delivery networking companies have built this huge network, the network can be used for many things. So Bunny, we're starting to introduce application services. One of the key offerings in this product portfolio is an end-to-end streaming solution. We provide integrated storage, so storage tightly integrated with the CDN. Storage could be used as an origin server, for example, or it could be used to improve cache hit rate. Advanced security services, so distributed denial of service mitigation is great, but what about application layer effects where people are trying to attack the application directly? And edge compute. We're adding edge compute services to our platform to extend your existing compute to be as close to the users as possible. So not only were we the fastest CDN in Q1 2024 in Europe, we were actually the fastest CDN globally in Q1 2024, and for around 10 of 12 months last year, we were the highest performing CDN on the planet. So we leverage features and functionality to maximize caching efficiency. So distributing that content and caching it at the edge is great, but unfortunately, content only survives in cache if it's popular. And CDNs are a shared infrastructure. So if you have an episode of a TV show might be popular 2 weeks ago, but in a week's time, it's no longer popular, but then maybe there's a following on social media and that content becomes popular again. So rather than pulling the content back from the origin server, we use a feature called permacache where we also save a copy of that content within our storage. So next time that content's requested, it's requested from storage within region rather than, in the previous example, connecting back to the US to pull that content back into cache. Again, keeping user experience at the forefront. We're a Slovenian company. We are founded in Slovenia, so we adhere to all GDPR regulations. For some other providers, particularly US companies, this is very, very hard for them to achieve. US platforms really struggle because quite often they'll process logs outside of the EU. We guarantee that all log data and PII information remains within the European Union. And as I mentioned previously, we provide an end-to-end video streaming solution. From ingest of content all the way through to delivery to player, we can provide that complete pipeline. So in particular, I'd like to point out that we don't charge for transcoding. We provide transcoding free as part of our solution. You upload content into Bunny. We transcode it into as many formats as you require. We fully integrate with enterprise DRM solutions. We provide a player. We provide the storage, so we can really provide that end-to-end video delivery solution. Security. We've already covered DDoS mitigation. We've recently launched a web application firewall so we can protect applications from advanced attacks. We also have layer 7 protections, such as tokenization of content. So what I mean by that is making a piece of content only available to a particular user for a certain amount of time, preventing the user from sharing that content with other people. And also our content security, where we integrate with Widevine and Fairplay DRM solutions. Finally, what we're most excited about, edge compute. We've recently launched a very innovative solution called Magic Containers. Magic Containers allows you to deploy Docker containers within the CDN. So you can deploy containers in 50+ global regions, and we'll continue to expand that throughout the next 12 to 18 months. We're using AI to auto-scale, so our AI solution can make the decision of where to deploy that compute. So for example, as Europe becomes busy in the morning, our AI sees the load on the network and decides to deploy additional compute in Europe. As the demand in Europe calms down and the US wakes up, we can dynamically move that compute resources into US data centers, again, to give the user the best possible experience. So it's quite a hard task to talk about everything that we do in 10 minutes. I'm here for the rest of the day. We have a desk in the reception area, so if you want to learn more about Buddy and content delivery in general, please come and find us this afternoon or tomorrow morning. Thank you very much.